Good morning, saints of God. How y'all doing on today? Today I wanted to continue with my Bible study that I had started a couple of weeks back. I didn't get a chance to finish all of the topics or the highlights from the Bible study. Remember, I was referring to spiritual warfare, understanding the battle. Okay, and so today I wanted to go over the book of Mark, chapter 4, 1 through 20. Okay. And so this particular chapter is talking about the story of the scattered seed. And I just want to break it down to you and show you how it's compared to our living on today. A lot of times when we read the Bible, we're not understanding what it's telling us. We're not understanding how to relate it to our life as of now. Okay. So it reads, He went back to teaching by the sea. A crowd built up to such a great size that he had to get into an offshore boat, using the boat as a pulpit as the people pushed to the water's edge. He taught by using stories, many stories. Listen, what do you make of this? A farmer planted a seed, and he scattered the seed. Some of it fell on the road, and birds ate it. Some fell in the gravel. It sprouted quickly, but didn't put down roots. So when the sun came up, withered just as quickly. Some fell in the weeds as it came up. It was strangled among the weeds, and nothing came of it. Some fell on good earth and came up with a flourish, producing a harvest exceeding his wildest dreams. He said, "Are you listening? Really listening?" When they were off by themselves, those who were close to him, along with the 12, asked about the stories. He told them, "You have been given insight into God's kingdom. You know how it works. But to those who can't see it, everything comes in stories, creating readiness, nudging them toward receptive insight. These are people. Number one, whose eyes are open but don't see a thing. Two, whose ears are open but don't understand a word. Three, who's avoiding making about face and giving and getting forgiven." He continued, "Do you see how this story works? All my stories work this way. The farmer plants the word. Some people are like the seed that falls on the hard and soil of the road. No sooner do they hear the word that Satan comes and snatches away what has been planted in them. And some are like the seed that lands in the gravel. When they first hear the word, they respond with great enthusiasm. But there is such shallow soil of character that when the emotions wash off and some difficulty arrives, there is nothing to show for it. The seed cast in the weeds represents the ones who hear the kingdom news but are overwhelmed with worries about all the things they have to do and all the things they want to get. The stress strangles them. And they don't hear anything and nothing comes of it. But the seed planted in good earth represents those who hear the word, embrace it, and produce a harvest beyond their wildest dreams." Okay, and so this came from the Message Bible. Again, this was the story of the scattered seed. So let me talk to you about how I interpreted this, okay? Now, it talked about the different types of people as far as their characters and everything, how they interpreted this word for their lives. Now, we had the ones that listened to the word and used these seeds for that particular day because they were going through something. Okay? They didn't let the seed become rooted into the ground. So, of course, when calamity came, when it struck, they couldn't reap anything. Why? Because they didn't have anything rooted into their hearts. They didn't let that seed, find rest in their soul. They wasn't feeding their spirits daily like they should. They only did it that one day. Okay. Then you have those that their soil is already full of turmoil. Okay. They got maggots flying around it and everything. So when the word was delivered to them, they had such hard heads. Oh, well, that was back in the day. That don't relate to me. And shoot, I could outsmart the devil. He can't attack me. All these stories that's going on, all these parables, this don't relate to me. Those people didn't know no better. They was slow. They was, they didn't know nothing. They was green. They didn't know what was going on. So they didn't know how to handle it. But I know how to handle it, when the devil coming. I'ma outsmart him. Just hard-headed, just always blabbing off at them. I think they know everything. Not willing to receive information, and store it up. You just never know. You just think you know everything. And so, of course, those people, what happened to those? So when calamity came, they didn't know nothing. The storm came and just washed them completely away. They was already, full of turmoil. So they was just washed away. They didn't receive no harvest, no nothing. They thought they knew it all. Okay? And then you have the people that's us. You understand me? People who want to receive that word. People who want to apply to their everyday living. People who want to take that word, accept it into their hearts, feed their spirit daily. Feed their spirit with the word daily. The word is a seed, the seed that you store inside of you, that you store into your life. Okay? You have to have faith on top of that seed. Isn't that what the word said? Have the faith the size of a mustard seed. Okay. And with that being said, whenever strife comes, whenever calamity comes, whenever people do you wrong and they try to plant dirt on you, you understand me? When all of that comes, you have the word that's stored up in you to fight your battles and have faith that the Lord is going to see you through. Okay. And so then that way, that word that you have rested inside of you, that help you fall through all those seasons, of rain, drought, that word protected you, that seed protected you, so that in the end, you can prosper, you can flourish, you can reap that harvest. Amen. So I hope that me breaking this scripture down to you, and this is what we need to learn to do. We need to pray before we go into scripture and ask God to make it clear to you. Ask him to reveal it to you to understand scripture. It was a lot of times that's why I couldn't sit down and really get into the Bible, because I was like, I don't understand this. I don't understand what they're talking about. But it's so many different so many different versions of the Bible that you can better help you understand what you're reading, and then you can better interpret it and apply it to your life. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you all on today. It came from the Message Bible, Mark 4, 1-20. And like I said, I was continuing my Bible study, Spiritual Warfare, the Battle of the Mind. And so that's all I have for y'all today. So I hope y'all be blessed. I hope you enjoy this beautiful day. And I hope that you start working on trying to read the Bible a little bit more and understand it and comparing it to your life. Amen. I hope you all be blessed and have a wonderful day.